All right, man, we are back. What's good? What's good with the people? What you doing? How y'all doing? Get my music a little bit lower. There we go. Man, oh man, all I gotta say, Raja, he definitely lived up to the name Rampage, man. You can't be in a business like that knowing that a lot of shit is for work. You can't just go out there and just go crazy. In the video I am mentioning, once I pause this shit, is Raja Jackson was the talk of the internet last night for showing up at a wrestling event that he was supposed to be a part of. He didn't understand that things are for work to build up matches, and he took something personal and went way farther than he should have.
Hey, I think that's what. Oh!
Let's start off. Hold up. So let me preface this a little bit. So this fat dude right here is Psycho Sid. Obviously, the black dude is Raja Jackson, Rampage Jackson's son. So we start off.
Hey, I think that's what. Oh!
Not supposed to be like on some real shit. That is a work. That is something to build up the match. That's all that was. There we go. Took it personal, but before the match, Psycho Sid apologized and tried to get a better to really help explain it to him. Like, yo, this is just for the match. This is play. This ain't real. And so is this other dude who's, I guess, Polynesian or
It's
something.
gonna all work out.
Yeah, hello. I appreciate it.
I didn't know.
I get it.
Because he saw a camera there, so he assumed, hey, this is a good idea to, put something on for show for social media and such.
We're not working out. Well, you're gonna come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working. I get it.
Always
I get it now. Now you know what I'm saying? We're always working.
That's it. They told me to hit him and just
And then this man mentioned how he's saying what he's going to do. He said he's going to go in there and actually hit him and punch him.
leave. Somebody will pull me off of him and leave. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can. Watch. No, they didn't tell me to fake him. They said I could hit him for real.
Yeah, sure. But that don't mean knock the absolute shit out of him and keep punching him more and more and more.
Yeah, they allow me to hit him for real. If he hits me back for real, I don't give a fuck.
So he goes in there, and I also want to point out during this skirmish, Chief Keef comes on. I don't know why, but it was the perfect song for this. I think it was "Don't Like" by Chief Keef. So on the process, he picks him up, slams him on the mat. Okay, dude thinks it's a work, and then he starts wailing on him. Some more and some more and some more and some more. And it's like, oh wait, this ain't for play. This dude actually beating the shit out of him. And then all the other wrestlers have to intervene, and I'm blurring it because of YouTube and how how YouTube is about shit like this. And then they had to hold this man back because he was in full-fledged rampage mode. And what makes it worse is that all this shit is on film. All this stuff, you can get charged with attempted murder. But the worst part is the fact that there was an apology before this. That's what makes it bad. There's a whole apology before this. And then you are on camera mentioning how, hey, I'm gonna punch this dude. They said I could do it. Sure, fine, whatever. But to keep saying I'm gonna just keep punching them and stuff, it's like, what are you doing? You can't do that. That's not okay. Like it's just bad. So I really, I'm beside myself a little bit. Like, really? And the worst part was when he found out, whenever his dad called him that, yo, you punched him unconscious. This dude, all he could say was, my bad. Oh, my bad. Like, dude, I don't think you understand what the hell can happen to your ass. Anytime he has a chance with UFC, that shit damn near cooked. WWE, they gonna see this shit, and then it's gonna be like, can we trust him? Is this gonna be a problem going into WWE? And they don't like people who gonna go AWOL on some shit like that. Says Soldier Low. That's funny as hell. Said that video low key hard to watch. Yeah, like dude was just defenseless at that point because he knew he was gonna get wailed on a couple times when he didn't think, yo, he gonna go full UFC mode on my ass in the ring. And you could tell by the crowd the way they was looking at first. They were like, okay, that's part of the show. We got slammed, hear the pop, and then it's like, oh wait, hold up, this dude, he's really beating the shit out of him. Like, what are we doing? Said Keely Ringo to Nick Cannon. Yeah, I done got that Nick Cannon shit before. I've never heard the Keely Ringo one though. Said that Raja nigga whoop bro ass, not gonna lie. Yeah. The crazy part is when I saw it initially before I saw, him going in the ring, knocking him out and stuff, and I just saw the can. The first time I thought the big dude might have had a chance if it was like some real shit until I realized that part was a work. Oh no. You gotta remember his dad was he was raised by a MMA fighter, so the bro was knocked out on contact after the slam. The rest was straight malicious. Yeah. And the fact that this motherfucker said, my bad. That's like, you don't understand, like, my bad. And then you got people out here trying to justify the shit that he did. Like, how can you justify that shit when there's already video of the dude apologizing beforehand? If it was a situation where, say, he didn't do that and he just left it as is and thought Raja was just playing along too, maybe it'd be a little different. But you just don't go that far. You just don't do that. Mm-mm-mm. And it's crazy because like he's somebody who could have an easy track to go into WWE, easy track in UFC because of who his dad is. And you got this out there. And speaking of atrocious WWE or wrestling news, WWE has been in a bad situation PR wise the entire year. They can't get nothing right. What seemed like a good idea with John Cena heel turn into trash. WWE's greed, it's become a problem. Huge problem. They had announced they was gonna make a move. All their PLEs were gonna be on ESPN, which means you got to get an ESPN Plus subscription to watch their PLEs on top of the Netflix for Raw, Peacock for SmackDown. What else? CW for NXT, Tubi for Evolve. Like you just got to go everywhere, every which way to watch this one product. And now they went so far to say, you know what, fuck that. Instead of 2026, we're just gonna do this right now. Mad greedy as hell, making up some shit called WrestlePalooza. It is very last minute and is the most Triple H TKO-ish thing I've ever seen. It's nearly a month from, actually less than a month from now. They've announced this. And they moved up the date just so they could say that John Cena made his debut on WrestlePalooza. And his final appearance on WrestlePalooza, which is stupid, even. That's the real selling point there. And it gets to be seen on ESPN. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You already got WrestleMania floor seat tickets at, get this shit, $70K. Floor seat tickets. I'm going to say that again, $70K for floor seat tickets to WrestleMania. That is absolutely positively insane. They are charging yearly salaries for floor seats to WrestleMania, and it's not like WrestleMania hasn't even been good the last year. 40 was good, 41 was trash. Makes no fucking sense. It just screams desperation. TKO, is in that $3 billion worth of debt. They got to do anything and everything to get out of that situation. And they pricing out their core fan base in the process of doing this. Like, that's what's really going to bite them in the ass in the future. Like, when John Cena retires, they going to take a hit viewership-wise, fan base-wise as well. Because I've seen a lot of comments with people like, hey, when John Cena retires, I'm retiring too from WWE. So the writing is already on the wall. On top of that, you got a lot of part-timers. And people ain't trying to see a lot of part-timers. With that, you have Cena on his retirement tour, part-timer. Brock Lesnar brought in for the Cena feud. And that's really about it. Because what do you really expect Brock to do after that? Was he really going to feud with somebody? No. Part-timer. So when all these people are gone, especially when Roman Reigns is gone, they cooked. They are cooked. when you have Punk, Orton, Roman Reigns, and essentially it's just gonna be what Cody, and they gonna push Gunther as one of those guys, and Seth, even though he's pushing 40. Yeah, they cooked, man. They are cooked. There's 824 Mamba Day. So apparently Raja had a concussion. Did bro not know kayfabe rules? From the first clip, he didn't, but that doesn't even excuse the shit he did to say if he was concussed. That still doesn't excuse the fact he just crashed the fuck out like that. Like, there's no justification for that shit. So they're doing the same thing with the NFL. Got to have cable package with ESPN, NFL Network. Yeah, because Disney, they got the rights to the NFL Network, and that means guess what? Red Zone's coming to Disney, so it's not as cool. And it's like that for the NBA as well. You got to jump from platform to platform to platform, especially with this new deal where they got Amazon Prime in the mix, ESPN. Obviously, you got to go to NBC/Peacock to watch games. It's like only 2 days out of the week that you actually have games on just regular TV. Pro wrestling, you have what, USA for SmackDown, CW for NXT, and that's really about it. Yeah, that is about it. So you had a family reunion yesterday, another family function yesterday. Got to see a family I haven't seen in years. Yeah, it'd be like that. Food hidden, forget what your family look like. Yeah, it'd be like that. But yeah, WWE, man, they greedy as all hell. And it makes it worse is the fact they're petty about it. Because they try to do this counter programming with AEW, and it's like, if you're so not bothered by AEW like you claim, why the hell is it every single time and every single opportunity you try to counter program with something that you don't really need to? Like, there was no reason to do an NXT pay-per-view or PLE with Evolution, which was good, but still with that on top of what they have, Saturday Night Lame Event, all in the same week. You don't need all that just because you were threatened by AEW's All In, which was a much better show, hands down. So you could see what they're doing. The only thing that's hurting AEW is the lack of star power. Like, a lot of the big, like, they only have so many big names that you could probably name out, like the casual could probably name. As far as WWE, the only difference is WWE ain't been booking them more shit, and that's gonna bite them in the ass in the future. Because, like I said, when WWE has all of these big name stars who are pushing 40 and they 40s pushing 50, and they gone, all that time you should have been pushing up younger talent like your Braun Breakers. Who else I say would be in the Mellow Haze of the world? I guess Tiffany Stratton, she getting that push now, but like people like that, your Jade Cargills and things like that, all the time you should be building all these people up. They not gonna be established by the time everybody else is gone. It's time for them to be in the main event. So you were surprised I cut my dreads. I heard me mention it that I cut them before, but you thought I was joking. No, I done had them things for like 8 years. I was like, nah, it's time to go. I just get tired of them like getting caught on shit too, like in my sleep, seat belts, all type of shit. But yeah, AEW, man, like, I like the fact that they get straight to it. They don't dilly dally. They don't have this 20-minute, 30-minute promo to start the show. It's not as predictable with versus WWE, where it is like Monday Night Raw is a perfect example of the predictability. We all know it's gonna start out Seth Rollins. He gonna come out there and talk for 20 minutes, or a mixture of him, Paul Heyman, Bronson, and Braun are gonna take turns on the mic. Pause. Then it's gonna be CM Punk or Jey Uso is gonna come out and interrupt them. They're gonna say some shit they probably heard before from the weeks before. Then they might have a little brawl. If not, not Nick Aldis, but Adam Pearce. He gonna come out there and then they gonna say some shit that's gonna lead up to a match or a PLE or something like that. Big shock. The main event is gonna be one of them members against either LA Knight, Jey Uso, or CM Punk. Cool. Then you might have a match, but then wait, we gotta have another segment in there. We got to show some celebrities. We got to show everything else but motherfuckers in the ring actually wrestling. Then you finally get to a match, maybe an hour into the show. What is it? A women's match? Then it's gonna be Penta versus somebody else for the fourth, 5,000th time. Same with the New Day. Probably a Becky Lynch segment in there somewhere for her feud. A Bailey segment to show she's got a split personality. Main event. Or actually, wait, I forgot. You got to have the Judgment Day segments in there too. Can't forget that part. Then your main event, which is gonna be DQ'd, no clean finish, ends with everybody getting jumped in the Vision, standing in the ring with some shoes, and set with the title. Rinse and repeat. Same shit every week. AEW, not so much, man. You might have a dude putting lighter fluid on somebody like MJF did the other night as far as his feud with Hangman Adam Page. They might come out in the first match. It might be Hangman Adam Page against somebody for a title match to start the show off. We're not doing any of this promo shit. No, we getting straight to it. I will say one thing I have noticed is they do get overly reliant on the blood aspect of it from time to time in matches. Like you don't need it. I feel like you don't need it for every match, but I've seen a good amount, especially watching this Forbidden Door earlier today, where I'm just thinking, yo, I've seen like 3 matches in a row. Not every one of them somebody got to get busted open. Like I feel like it kind of ruins or cheapens it up a bit. It makes it less impactful whenever just every match somebody just busted open. You know, John Moxley, he on that crash out time for sure. I was watching earlier. This man had a fork. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I would never see this in WWE. Like, the closest we might get or might have gotten was like a Drew McIntyre CM Punk feud from last year. But no, this man had a fork and a dude was duct taped to the chair. Say it again. He was duct taped in the chair, and this is like a steel cage match. He duct taped in the chair. Moxley took a fork and was like twisting his shit, straight up twisting his shit. I'm like, yo, y'all niggas wild. And you already know not Adam Moxley, John Moxley. He had them big ass spikes that was stuck in his back that one time when he was going against Edge. It's like that shit crazy. That shit you don't see in WWE. Well, obvious reasons you won't see that in WWE, but still, y'all got the Netflix pass. Y'all can go a little bit farther. So you might cut your beard. It's getting too long trying a different look. I feel you on that. That nigga said Brias Doris Burke is crazy. Yeah, I got it a week ago. Bobby Shmurda voice. Says Rampage Jackson Jr. in custody already. Oh, let's see. I just hear about him being, attacking and shit. Has he been arrested is the good question. I'm saying to be arrested. I ain't heard nothing about him being arrested, but they saying to be arrested. And they're investigating the incident. I mean, shit, if y'all just get on the fucking internet, y'all find everything y'all need. Shit, YouTube and Twitter done all the work for y'all. That shit he has too, with his snitching ass. But anyway, yeah, I do like the fact that AEW is just a more refreshing brand. And it's funny because, like, they don't have the same level of resources that WWE does. But WWE is so threatened by them. So threatened. And WWE's doing it to themselves. It's the bad storytelling. That's another thing about WWE is the terrible storytelling. They'll start one thing and then they'll just fumble it or fuck it up any way possible. The R-Truth thing, I mentioned this before. They brought him back as a serious character. He cut the dreads. It was very symbolic. It was a very powerful promo. The crowd, they was really feeling it. It gave you the idea that something amazing was about to happen. Oh no. Oh no. He just reverted back to a split personality character that's still comedic. and the whole John Cena thing just ended. It was just like, what was the point in the whole John Cena heel feud with R-Truth as a serious character? Oh yeah, nah, we ain't doing that. We just gonna use him as a stepping stone for what? CM Punk. And then it's, oh yeah, we're gonna use him as a stepping stone for Aleister Black to feud with Damian Priest. What was the point in that? Melo Hayes, they might do something with him. You know, he might get in that US title picture. But I think it's gonna take some time right now. It's him and the Miz, we waiting on them to split and him to turn on the Miz and go face. But we'll see. We shall see. And the worst part is it's a damn shame how much they hold him though. Like he went a whole year just catching pins before they finally say, let's do something with him. Never mind the fact Braun Breaker, he been had the IC title twice. He in the main event picture. Tiffany Stratton, she over there. She got the women's title. Like, come on, bro. What we doing? The nigga say, Caleb in the bushes. Always in the cut. Call that man K through 12. That's his new name, K through 12. That's crazy. Oh, another thing. AEW's Forbidden Door, they had like pre-show matches. Pre-show matches for a whole hour. They called it 0 hour. For a whole hour where it was people you were familiar with, like Ricochet and women's matches, men's matches, all that shit. All WWE does is the college game day style where they just be talking in front of the fans for 3 hours. We don't need to see that because they're going to give you the recap of everything they talking about right before the next match. They have the little vignettes after a match where it's say John Cena and Cody Rhodes thing, then their match. Like give some pre-show matches if talking about booking people and giving people some spotlight. Shit, if you ain't got a room for them on the card, put them in a pre-show. Put them on the pre-show. Like that whole time about the Karrion Kross thing, for example, since he wasn't regularly on PLEs like that, put that man on the pre-shows. There you go. Give him something to do. He'll still get some exposure. Same thing y'all could have did with, I can't believe I'm saying this, but El Grande Americano could have been doing that instead of just putting them in them AAA luchador matches. And that's the only reason this character been going on this long, is that simple reason right there. Like it's no other reason this character in this storyline has gone to this point that we have like 3 or 4 of them. Like it was cool when it was Chad and it was whether is it Chad or is it not and all that shit. That was cool and all. Then it became Louis Kaiser's now EGA. And it's like, okay, he does good at it, like even to the point he can speak Spanish and shit, even though he's German. But at the same time, why the hell is it Butch and all these other people popping up out of the crowd and shit, interfering in every single luchador related match on Raw? Like I feel like you can't get a clean finish. You did want to see R-Truth as a WWE champion after all he's been through. It's clear, like after what they did with him, and I didn't even get to the Naomi thing, but after what they did to R-Truth, it really gives me no hope as far as what they're gonna do with someone like Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans. They could fumble all. Triple H could fumble all 3 of them if you really think about it. And that's sad because Javon Evans, he's entertaining as hell. It's the only thing I can say positive about WWE's NXT and the women's division. That's like probably the only 2 things I can say positive. But Javon Evans, he just like YN out there. I like that. Just why he got that YN energy and the exciting in the ring. Trick Williams obviously is elevating the TNA brand. That's why they put the belt on him. He ready for the main roster. But I feel like he would end up just like Carmelo Hayes, be taking pins against people he shouldn't even be losing to. Street Profits, same shit. At this point, just split them up. Split them up, do something completely different. Shit, turn one of them heel. Have them feud. Do that shit they did with Crime Time, where Shad eventually just got tired of losing, and then he turned on JTG, and it was like a feud and turned into a strap match. Do that. But I don't think they got the balls to do that. I'll say one thing: AEW, they don't have to worry about beating the allegations because they let their black stars thrive and shine and things like that. You don't see the same whole ass booking from them. You know, I was disappointed when you found out Naomi was pregnant. I heard rumors of it, and I even remember before she won the title, and I think before Money in the Bank too. I'm gonna say before she won Money in the Bank too. She mentioned that she wanted to be a mother, and this was like the back end of her career, like the last few years before she just wanted to be like a mom and shit. So she finally cashed in. Great heel character, by the way. Like easily the best heel female character on the roster. Like no question about it. It was must see TV every time she was on the screen. She finally got the title, and it's like, damn, it's bittersweet because it's like this was gonna be a decent run, or at least it felt like it. Could have been a decent run. Great character in that sweet spot where obviously the crowd is fucking with her. It's not repetitive. It didn't go on too long. It didn't last long enough actually, but we know why. And then it turns into she is pregnant. Cool, that's good. But it's like, damn, you know what's gonna happen to that title now. It's gonna go back to Io, Rhea. It should go to Stephanie Vaquer. She got the momentum for real. That's when they really need to put it on. Since Naomi had to relinquish it, because I'm just tired of this Io Rhea thing. I know I'm not the only one thinking this. It got a very it don't feel like a friendship. It feel like they more than friends in their little segments and shit recently. Like I'm like, y'all just friends right now? Because it's really y'all towing the line. Y'all pushing it even farther than that. Y'all hinting at it now. So what y'all on right now? And I'm really just tired of Rhea Hogan being in every women's title match. Like we don't need that in every single match. Or what they could do instead of just giving it to one, because I wouldn't give it to Io for the simple fact they won't book it right. They didn't book her last title reign right at all, where she was treated like a sideshow. When she was champion, she was treated like a sideshow, even though she did end up retaining at WrestleMania. A sideshow act when it was Bianca and Rhea. It's like, never mind, Io, it's you over here. And then when she had it after Mania, it was like, oh yeah, we're gonna give her promos where she says the same shit. Or we try to get her to talk more, but it's hard to understand because, the accent. Yeah, no. No. Definitely not mine. I'll say my favorite out of all the people on the roster right now would be Bianca. As far as active, Jade and Naomi are like up there. The heel Naomi, that glow shit, I really didn't care for that glow stuff, but the heel Naomi for sure. Jade, Tiffany, not a fan. I can't stand the voice. She not bad in the ring. She tough. I'll give her that. But she just ain't it. She don't cut good promos, and it's really just time to get that belt to somebody else. I'll say the only reason they got it on is because they got the Gooners and shit out there that they go for that Tiffy time shit. Same with Rhea. That's why she be getting pushed like that too. Along the fact Triple H sees China in Rhea Ripley, and he was kind of weird and unreal. Like that 20-minute hug. I was like, yo, what? Like, damn, son. Like, what you want? That's some Vince McMahon shit now. Said Punk was treated like a sideshow when he won the WWE Championship during his 443-day reign. Yeah, they did do him dirty too. He actually hadn't even won a title since his return to WWE, which I was like, damn, that's crazy. I would have thought by now he would have won that bitch at least one time. But at this age, I really wouldn't care to see it. He'll probably win it one more time when he retires. But his matches ain't the same. This man is damn near 50. You can tell he be winded jogging. I'm gonna say it again. He's winded jogging to the ring because he be moving slow as hell, and he throws some of the worst fake punches. I don't remember his punches ever being this bad as they are now, but he be throwing some terrible punches. Especially when it's him and Seth. I'm like, oh, here we go again with this shit. And then you got Sami Zayn, the forever underdog. I think that's the one that really, if Rhea's the one that always in the title picture that annoys me in the men's side, I would say it's Sami Zayn. He went from the World Heavyweight Championship picture to the U.S. title picture. In the span of a week, we go from, oh yeah, you officially moved to SmackDown to feud with Solo, and you still part of the whole bloodline story in an aspect. Now you with Jacob Fatu, Jimmy, even though Jacob don't fuck with you. It's like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And it makes that whole Karrion Kross feud look even goofier. Because he lost the only one on Raw, but won the 2 PLEs. It's like, what are we doing? I say at this point, just turn him heel. They should have actually done that when Jay was still World Heavyweight Champion. Have him turn on him. Not necessarily win the title, but just make sure Sami Zayn turns heel and he can go in a different direction than this underdog shit. He could go more in the Drew McIntyre type of way where it's like he rightfully has a reason to crash out. Because I'd love to see Drew McIntyre get like, I know it's not going to happen, but have him beat Cody Rhodes. Because we don't need to see another Rhodes feud right now because there's no one really he could feud with besides Drew that make it interesting and entertaining. Like he can't fuse with Solo. It don't make sense. Solo got the U.S. title right now, so what they gonna do? Have him get jumped by like 5 Samoans again? I've seen that shit already. Don't even put that shit on Logan Paul either. Like, no. Who do I like in the Super Bowl? Not the Chiefs. Definitely not the Chiefs. Happy it's not the Chiefs. I said he was punishing the wine bottle yesterday. Yeah, you drinking like an old person. Definitely drinking like an old person. I'm trying to think who else got treated like a sideshow in their reign. That got me thinking. Besides EO, she got treated like a sideshow. Gunther, even though he should have never had the title, but that's besides the point. Gunther, that nigga got treated like a sideshow too. This man was coming out in the middle of the shows, cutting promos, and they had him going against, like old people. Goldberg and him going against punters and shit. Like his reign wasn't that great. It was actually terrible. It was like maybe a couple decent matches in there. Him and Jay had like maybe one decent match, but other than that, like it was a bad reign. Yeah, I do. I wish that was his full-time character, but no, it's not. That's a new one, Asian Redbird. Trying to sack me for CM Punk? Oh no, bro, we can't have that. Trying to sacrifice me for CM Punk. That's wild. Speaking of which, I forgot the name of this movie. I haven't seen it yet. It's on Tubi, and it is I think it's a 2024, 2025 movie. I don't remember. And Chris Jericho is like the leader of this dark wrestling cult. It looks like a really shitty low budget movie. I think they got some names in there because they got Chris Jericho. But it's like it's a satanic wrestling organization where Chris Jericho is the leader of the cult, and in order to, I guess, be the champion, you really gotta survive the quote unquote death match. Seeing the trailer for this shit, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? Because it's so blatant and it's so dark, but it's also in that cheesy, low budget way. It's kind of like that blood sacrifice movie. Like it's blatant what they talking about, but there's so much bad acting around everywhere that it's like that you kind of wish the movie was better. He was at Uncle's house yesterday. That's that's wild. Say I would never. But now I heard reports that Chris Jericho's supposed to come back to WWE because AEW they already told they was chanting you should retire a while ago. He pushing 50. He don't need to come back to WWE so he can be like the 18th part timer. And they try to get a nostalgia pop out because I can already see that shit now. Triple H going sign him, have him make an appearance, knowing he has no full storyline for him in the future. Just we need a pop at a PLE. We need Chris Jericho to come out there and interfere between I don't know Seth Rollins and CM Punk or some shit like a Clash in Paris in that Fatal 4-Way. Have Jericho come out there and do something. It's gonna be a thing for like a week or two, and after that, it's just gonna get forgotten, and we won't even see Jericho on the roster. They're on TV. Said John Cena versus Chris Jericho. We don't need to see that now. Chris Jericho well past his prime. Man got a whole beer gut. We don't need to see that. We don't need to see that. They already messed up who should have been his final match. Everybody knows it should have been Randy Orton, but they said, you know what? First stop after WrestleMania Backlash in Randy's hometown. Let's pull the trigger now. Bad decision. Shouldn't have did that. That was stupid as hell. He easily should have been the last person. Brock, okay, fine. I see what you're doing. Logan Paul shouldn't have been in there. That's crazy. Logan Paul shouldn't have been in there. You said AEW is too close to root beer. That's the root beer league at this point. Shit, no, it's not. No, it's not. AEW is putting out better quality than WWE is at this point. WWE just has a bigger name overall, bigger, obviously, bigger venues, but that's it. Storyline wise, WWE ain't done shit. Like they can't even finish one storyline decently now. The only one that was kind of solid was the Naomi one. And even then, my gripe was how they kind of had the story started with Jade. Then they kind of just dropped it for a while and then suddenly came back with it again. Like, oh yeah, we finally found who the footage on who attacked Jade or who attacked Jade and shit. Like months later, like when we almost forgot about it. They just go for moments now. They'll get a viral moment real quick. They'll get Braun Breaker spearing. I show speed. They'll get John Cena heel turn. The Rock and Travis Scott showing up and all that shit. But they not finna give a good, solid story from start to finish. Cena versus Brock. Brock ain't in the same shape he used to be. I'm afraid that it's gonna be another thing where on paper it looked like a good idea, but then when we see the match, it's like, ah shit, we shouldn't have brought back Brock Lesnar because he ain't in as good a shape as we thought. Jericho Ben had a gut. He had a gut back in his 2010s too in WWE. It was still like that six pack, but it was like he had that gut. Now it's just like gut. Like he just let it go. WWE getting carried by John Cena 100%. 100% getting carried by John Cena. That's what I say. When he retire, that viewership gonna go even more south than it already is because they gradually losing viewership on Netflix. The shit don't go back up at all. It just started from up here and it's gone down like every week. And the funny thing is John Cena don't even show up on Monday Night Raw anymore. That man on SmackDown. But every other week. Roman Reigns, the one they moved to Monday Night Raw, and even then, part-timer, he's filming a movie. He's showing up now, and this man getting his shoes jacked. How the hell you give a dude who was a champion for over 1,000 days to the point where he getting his shoes jacked multiple weeks in a month? Ain't no way. And it's the real face of the company right now. Ain't no way. They Brock kicking John Cena ass. If they do, where do they go from there? Where do they go from there? Like, what do they have? Does he get a rematch? And then he overcomes him the second time? Or, like, where do they go with that? What's good, Big Pontiac OG in the building? Said nodding off on the pavement. All right, shout out PJ Allen too in the building. Yeah, I'm finna slide up out of here in a little bit. But yeah, John Cena, I want to know who should be his last match. Who should be the person? I've heard people say Gunther might be the person. That definitely shouldn't be it. I've heard people say Braun Breaker. I'd be cool with that. Should not be Cody Rhodes. We've seen it twice. Don't need to see it a third time. I'll be cool with LA Knight. Obviously, Randy Orton would be the ideal choice, but it's they blew their load too quick, for lack of a better term. I want to know who would be the person you would book at this point. Because be honest, Logan Paul shouldn't even be in the conversation. It's just weird. It's like y'all were just tag team partners. Fast forward maybe a month. Yeah, probably about a month. And now all of a sudden y'all are enemies at odds and shit. And John Cena done called you everything that people really think of Logan Paul, especially as the why he's in WWE, which John Cena went wrong about that shit. So did I get a haircut or did I braid my hair? No, it's cut. Cena had no business beating Brock in 2012. He got his ass kicked this whole match and Super Cena rose up. Yeah, they treated Cena like Rocky. There be matches. It was clear he should have got his ass beat. And then it was at one point, it was John Cena was one of the only people, him and maybe The Undertaker were the only two people who could kick out of like finishers 3-4 times before it became a normal thing like it is now. The next month is an ESPN Napalooza. Yeah. I expect that to be a bunch of mess. Like it's basically going to be Saturday night main event, but on ESPN. Because they have way too many PLEs. That's another thing killing them. Way too many PLEs so quick that don't have enough time for proper build-up. So it's this repetitive thing where they have a backstage segment, 2 wrestlers. Then Adam Pearce magically shows up or Nick Aldis magically shows up. And then they make an announcement. They got a match at such and such PLE. Or it happens in the ring. Someone's cutting a promo. Someone interrupts. They get into a fight. Pearce or Aldis come out, do the same shit. Cena versus Orton, but this time Orton wins. I wouldn't be too mad about it, but the fact that their last match was actually a decent match, I don't know. You can't I feel like you can't top that at this point. Yeah, you can't really top it at this point. Obviously, if they did do that, I'd make sure R-Truth wouldn't be interfering. Or if they really wanted to be on some nostalgia shit, they could do a triple threat with, say, Brock, Randy, and John. Only problem is no one has the title, so it's not the same thing. There's nothing on the line. That's something they should have did while he still had that title instead of giving it back to Cody. Put him in a triple threat match and then be the people who was from OVW, the ones that came in together. Brock, I think it was Brock, Randy, John. I think Batista was part of OVW around that time, and Shelton Benjamin. They're all in the same. They all came in at the same time together. Obviously, Batista doing his Hollywood thing. He cut all the muscle and shit. Shelton Benjamin, he in AEW. That's out the question. But you got 3 people: John, Randy, and Brock. That's what they could have did. Feet shavings in the bed. What? Nah, that's wild. I don't know. That shit went left like a motherfucker. Yeah, man. I'm sliding out after that one, man. I don't know what bird on. I don't know what the hell happened. But yeah, man, hit that like button. We're gonna drop some NFL content for sure. NFL season on the way. Got a lot of stuff to talk about with that. The saga of Shadur Sanders and the NFL, the Browns, all type of stuff. But man, y'all have